Tiny Tales presents Eternity.
The cave glittered like a starry night. A web of paths, jagged with stalagmites, stretched across a black sea. And the lights above shimmered on its ebony surface. Blackness muffled the crunch of pebbles beneath my feet. Branching, weaving, splitting and rejoining, it led ever onward, and I had no choice but to follow. Across the sea of darkness, the paths became one again before a black gate, and beside it stood a figure. Her face held the mysteries of infinity, and she glowed like a waning moon. "Where am I?" I asked. "Eternity," she replied. "Then what's beyond the gate?" A smile twinkled across her face. "Wonders beyond comprehension." I raised a hand to the stone, trying to push it open, but it was cold and solid beneath my touch. How do I get through? When I turned back to her, her face was sorrowful. "I'm sorry," she said, "but you can go no further." She held out her translucent hands and gazed sadly down at the shards that lay within them. "This crystal was set aside for you since before time began, but it's been broken and none can pass empty-handed." "What happened to it?" "None can pass empty-handed," she repeated, and the shards fell from her hands, raining musically over the stones. The ground before the gate was strewn with broken crystals, their edges broken and cruel. "Someone took mine? They used it?" My voice shuddered off the black walls. "What will happen to me?" "You will stay in the blackness of eternity until you fade to nothing. Unless," her face became pensive, "if you could find another, the way would be open to you, but you must hurry." Already the stars were winking out, and the darkness closing in on us. I followed the shore where the black waves lapped. What I thought were stars were crystals, innumerable, set into the walls, but they glittered high above me. The stone beneath my hands was dark, pocked and scarred, empty. The darkness drew nearer, gathering itself around me. At last, at the base of a stalagmite, I found one last crystal, pulsing a dim blue. The black rock crumbled away at my touch, and the stone thrummed in my hand. "It was the last," I said when I rejoined her. "Whose is it?" But she merely stepped aside. "The way is open." I laid a hand on the gate. The stone was warm now, and the crystal vibrated, humming in the blackness. She stood at the edge of the sea, watching me, her light glimmering on the waves. My hand fell to my side, and I gave her the crystal. "Will you stay with me?" I asked. "Until the end?" "I'm afraid." We sat together until the last star winked out, and only the crystal in her hand remained. I waited. But the darkness halted at the edge of the blue light. We sat on an island of light, adrift on a sea of darkness. "When will the end come?" I asked. Her face glowed with a soft smile, and she pressed the crystal into my hands. "It was always yours. If you had tried to pass beyond the bounds of eternity, it would have shattered and the darkness taken you. But you chose destruction, and in so doing, lived." "Then what will become of me?" I asked. A smile twinkled across her face. "Wonders beyond comprehension." The cave glittered like a starry night, empty and silent, and at the base of a lone stalagmite nestled a single blue crystal, faintly pulsing in the darkness.
Today's episode of Tiny Tales was written by R.E. Rule. Music by Matthew Ferrandino. Production by Frank Narat. If you enjoy our show, please consider supporting us on Patreon for $1 per month for exclusive content. Visit us at tinytalespodcast.com for details. Thanks for listening.